what's been his impact in the locker room here since he got here?
He's been awesome. Even when he came over last year, season wasn't going as planned, but he's this calming influence back there. A true pro's pro. A lot of knowledge. He helps the guys out, and he battles too. I mean, the way you see he takes care of his body every day, and he's ready to play, and he steps in. He's been playing some great hockey for us too. So he's gonna have a stretcher. He gets to go on a run, and we know he's gonna get the job done.
The players in Montreal said that he was pretty good also at getting the group together, organizing things. It's probably not something he did last winter when he first came in, but are you starting to see that a bit?
Absolutely. I mean, we're kind of unique when I don't know, you can probably correct me. They're two oldest guys, the goalies?
Yep.
On the team,
yeah.
So it's kind of by tandem and what they do, and they're just both great communicators. And he said on the ice is one thing, but off the ice as well. They just understand the game, making guys feel comfortable. And I mean, you see how close he is with the guys here in Montreal, and still is. I think he went for dinner with a bunch of them. Just speaks to his character and what a good guy is. So yeah, we're lucky to have him.
Curtis, what was so impressive about this group? As you guys were trying to dig yourself out of maybe not playing your best hockey when Markey went down, the way you guys responded in front of Jake there. What did you like most about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to find that way, consistent, shift after shift mentality throughout a game.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate to see Markey go down. People can say, was it a wake call or whatnot? I mean, no. I mean, it's tough to see. We hope Markey gets back soon, but again, we got full confidence in Jake, and he was a calming influence in that game. Allowed us opportunity to kind of build, grow, and get back to our structure. We had that one sequence in the second period that kind of, reawoken us, I guess you can say. But knowing he's back there, he's going to make that first save, and we can do the rest. It's huge for us.
What does a shift after shift like that you're talking about in that second period, where it was just like you guys had hemmed them in, what does that do? You said, could that be like a moment?
Absolutely. It's everything that you stress and you harp on and you practice on day in and day out, just kind of put together. And when you see it, come to a full circle there, it's impressive. I mean, you see the skill that we have on our team, and we realize how to get to that point. The reloading, the good sticks, the battles, the competitive nature. That's when you can have fun. And the skill can take over and whatnot. And to see it there in example, it's good. We get the visual, we watch over on video, and now it's up to us to replicate it.
One of the things that Sheldon said yesterday, obviously you try and find a silver lining when someone like Markey goes down, right? And so he said, we want to be a team that no matter who goes down, our structure takes care of itself. We can do it. Again, it's hard to say there's a silver lining when you lose a guy like that, but how much is this moment, really valuable to you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. Every team has their structure, but I think we've shown that when we stick to it, how strong we can be defensively. And that makes the job for, like I said, any goalie a lot easier. Lots of predictability, where the shots are coming from. I said the trust of knowing that they make the first save, we're going to clean up the rest. But again, I mean, nothing really wavers. And even see Markey around the room, he's in good spirits. He's going to be back soon. But again, full faith in Jake. And he said, but our structure's a big thing. We're blessed with two good goalies that handle the puck well as well. He can help the D-men break out and spend less time on our own end.
And then lastly, Montreal is this team that over the last month and a half have really sort of come on as a surge. What are some of the things that Sheldon and the coaching staff is preparing for you guys?
I mean, be ready to play. Like I said, the team's feeling it. Again, that momentum, that confidence, it's a big thing. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. But, again, we talk about that structure. Play to our systems, play to our strengths. The stronger we are defensively, the less time we spend in our own zone, the more pressure we put on them, which will lead to more turnovers, and that's going to lead to our opportunities. So, again, just continue to be who we are. Touched on Saturday night in Montreal. I mean, it's always a fun one, so we'll be ready to go.
Sheldon, we mentioned it a little bit the other day, but just the surge that Montreal has been on over the last month and a half, what have you seen from them that your team has to be really weary of the way they play right now?
They're playing with lots of confidence, and they're a dynamic offensive team, so when you got lots of confidence, you're rolling that way, and they're forechecking hard and strong, and it's helped them gain territory and play to that offensive game. And they've gotten really good goaltending, so all those things combined, you get on a roll like that, and it's hard to slow them down.
One of the things that you said yesterday that I thought was really important was, when a player like Markey goes down, the structure is going to take, you will take care of yourself if you take care of your structure. Is that sort of just the message here going forward for your team?
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's always.
I think the players I think recognize. I don't think you don't make a bigger deal of it than it is the first thing, because ultimately, like I talked about, you put together a team and a structure that's bigger and more important than any one player. So that's the first thing. So when somebody's lost, I don't think you make a big deal of it. I think it's sort of an innate thing that players recognize. They got to be better and all of that to help cover. Just like sometimes it's injuries, but sometimes some guys just aren't playing well, and the group picks them up. So that's really what you want. So it's a good opportunity for our team to recognize and accept that challenge. But yeah, the structure and how the team plays, should take care of us no matter what the situation is. You got to execute a little bit better. You got to dig in just a little bit more. All those sorts of things. But it's every team in the league deals with injuries to various players, and we're no different.
Jack doing okay with his hand?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How different are your Saturday morning? It's pretty quiet here today compared to what you used to in the past.
It's a little different, yeah. It is, however, still exciting. It's different being on this end of it. I think we got a lot of guys that are excited to play on Saturday night in Montreal and hockey night in Canada and all that sort of stuff. Some of the things that maybe you take for granted a little bit on the other side, but I love this building and the city and everything that comes with it. But it's a little special being here on a Saturday for sure.
We know Jake Allen here, obviously in Montreal. He's facing a big challenge with Markstrom out for a couple of weeks. Tell us about the way he handled himself so far this season and the challenge that he faces right now.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. Really enjoyed both the guys. I mean, having two veteran goaltenders has been a nice luxury for me. I've said it a number of times that it's there's their ability on the ice, but also the leadership qualities that both guys bring are terrific. So they support one another very well, and I think Jake's played very well for us early on in the season when Markey was really trying to find his game, and Markey obviously has been on a great run here of late, and Jake has to come off the bench cold the other night, and with a lead, and has to protect that lead, and was excellent all the way through. So we have lots of confidence in him. He's played a lot in the league, as we know. So. Yeah, I think the guys have lots of confidence in him. He's very consistent in who he is, consistent in his routines and his habits. And that's really what you want in a goaltender, as it gives the team confidence.
He's still relatively new to this group. How have you seen him take that space of leadership?
Yeah, he's not as new as I am to the group, but just from what I've observed, he's got a lot of really good insight. He's got a great voice, but I think he's not overbearing. He doesn't push it. I think he really knows his place and picks the spots very well. Sometimes it's just with a coach, or you see him talking one-on-one with a player and kind of talking him through something. But I think he's handled it very well, and I think it was important to him to have a really good partner, in New Jersey. And I know he was very excited to add somebody of Markey's pedigree and experience and age and all those sorts of things. So, they've worked together quite well. But as I say, I think both our goaltenders interact very well with the rest of our team. And I think that's helpful for what is, still a young core in terms of our leadership. You look at the Palats and some of the others that we brought in, Dylan and Pesci and these guys have brought more to support the group, but to have the leadership from the goaltending position is nice. It's somewhat rare, I think, around the league too, is to have that. A lot of times you get goalies that are sort of just kind of in their own world, they play such a unique position, and that's okay and fine too. But we've enjoyed the partnership, and it works well for our team.
What kind of influence has Jake had on Jacob coming in, especially he's another new guy to New Jersey?
Yeah, I think it's been solid. Obviously, Dave Rogalski, their goalie coach, spends most time with those guys, and he speaks often to me about just how professional both of them are. They get along well. They understand each other very well. I think early in the season when Jake Allen was playing extremely well, Markey understood it, and we were almost sharing the net a little bit for the most part. And then at the same time when Markey got really rolling really getting traction in his game and knowing that he's the number one guy. Alan has done a tremendous job of just supporting him and understanding it, staying ready, and I think just the way that they communicate on the bench, timeouts and things like that, when they come to the bench, I think those types of relationships are important for those kind of moments because oftentimes, like I said, goalies are a unique position. As a head coach, there's not a lot you can offer a goaltender throughout a game. So having a really good partner is very important, and I've enjoyed having that here in the early going. It certainly made my job easier.
Is there a goalie security issue on Markstrom injury, or for you it's clear that it's just unfortunately what happened?
I didn't understand the question.
Is there a goalie security issue on Markstrom injury? The way that Brazeau hit him, or for you it's clear that it's just unfortunate.
He's talking about the play that actually happened. Should he be more protected? The actual play itself.
I look at it as a guy trying to score. In fact, I kind of looked at it as our guy might have influenced it a little bit with his stick getting under his skate a little. I think the league does a lot to protect their goaltenders, quite honestly. So I think it is more of an unfortunate type of situation. Big guy charging hard to the net. And like I said, I think we might have influenced him losing his footing a little and sliding in like that. But I think the league does what it can to protect goalies. And I think that's evolved. Sometimes maybe they do a little bit too much, and we've seen a lot of goals come back and stuff like that. But I look at it as unfortunate in our case, in Marky's case, for sure.